could save thousands on your energy bills and your home upgrades with money on the table you didn't even know about.
That sounds good. You may not realise, but state governments also have support available to help cut household costs. And with big savings on offer, here's what you need to know depending on where you live. For more, we are joined by Sally Tyndall, CanStar's Data Insights Director. Good to have you with us. So what rebates are on the table when it comes to paying the electricity bill?
OK, well, let's start with New South Wales. You can get up to $285 off your electricity bill, up to $110 off your gas bill. This is for mainly concession card holders, but, you know, some pensioners, veterans, people with a healthcare card, that type of thing. But even households that don't have one of those cards but they get the family tax benefit, you can get up to $185 off your electricity bill. Self-funded retirees also included. You can get up to $200 off if you live in New South Wales and are a self-funded retiree. It's every financial year, right? The applications for that one open today, so very important. But other states have plenty of things too. Victoria, you can get up to 17.5% off your electricity bill for concession card holders. It's not the first $171, but thereafter it's an ongoing thing. Queensland, very similar to New South Wales, you can get up to $399 off your electricity bill.
Wow.
$96 off your gas. That's for concession card holders, but also Queensland seniors. If you've got a seniors card, you're over 65, you work less than 35 hours a week, you could be eligible as well. South Australia's got two different grants. We've got up to $291 off your electricity bill. It comes as a rebate off that electricity bill for concession card holders, but then $271 extra for a cost of living concession. Applications are open for that one. Again, they're for low-income households, but you've got to put your application in. They close in December. And Western Australia up to $377, but more for each dependent child. You can get over $100 per child as a rebate off your electricity bill for low-income households. But then there's also this aircon rebate of $79 a month. It is depending on where you live. Obviously, it's looking at the hot locations, anywhere between 2 months of the year up to 10 months of the year for that aircon rebate.
OK, tips for claiming these rebates?
Yeah, OK. Well, for starters, you've got to have your name on the electricity bill. That's almost a guaranteed one. So make sure you're the one with your name on the electricity bill, not someone else. Make sure you understand the eligibility criteria and check the opening and closing dates, because some of them you have to apply once and then it'll automatically keep going. Others you have to apply every year. So understand those dates, diarise those dates, and then obviously understand your eligibility. So it's things like pensioner concession card. Do you have one of them? Do you have a healthcare card that's issued from Centrelink? Do you have a Veterans Affairs card from the Department of Veteran Affairs? Do you have, in some cases, Commonwealth Seniors Health Card? If you've got any one of them, double check to see if you're eligible.
What if you're not eligible? What if you've gone through all that list and discounts aren't coming for you? How do you save?
Yeah, OK. Well, I would say you've got to go and get your own discount, and that means switching your electricity bill or at least switching to the lowest plan for your electricity needs. The savings, though, they're almost as big, or in some cases bigger than the grants. Look at that, Brisbane. So this is the CanStar database. The average, for an average household, switching from the average price plan to the lowest in our database, Brisbane, you're saving $456 a year for a typical household. That's pretty insane. That's on a flat rate plan. Adelaide, $391. Canberra, it's over the $400 mark, $437. Yes, you've got to go and pick a provider that has lower prices. But I would argue that the switching process is almost faster than filling out one of those government forms.
Yes. So the government's also handing out money to help people buy new appliances.
This is where the big bucks come in. The governments are really focused on making sure households are energy efficient. So, for example, in New South Wales, you can get a rebate of up to $4,000, although the program is not open yet. So hurry up, Chris Minns. I keep looking at that page. It says opening soon. Up to $4,000, not just on big things like solar panels, but also smaller things like DC ceiling fans. So if you're about to install ceiling fans, check if you're eligible. You've got to earn under $80,000 for that one. But ceiling insulation, draft proofing your house, reverse cycle aircon. In New South Wales, it's available for owners, homeowners and renters. So check out to see if you are eligible for anything. There's lots in other states. ACT, it's up to $5,000 as rebates. Victoria, it's $1,400 for solar hot water. Queensland, solar for rentals, you can get $3,500 off your solar panels if you're a landlord wanting to put it on a rental property. And WA, you've got $3,800 for home batteries.
Okay.
And that's not to mention the no interest loans that are also in the background as well.
All right, we'll get on to Chris Minns. Update the website.
I think so.
Nice one. Thanks, Al.